Said I was editing mine.
Here we go.
Okay.
Awesome, awesome. So we are live. Happy Friday. Hi, Brittney.
I know her.
Hello, everyone. Um, if you're new here, my name is Noura Al-Masri. I'm an enrolled agent and the founder of Noura's Books. I'm also known as the nonprofit CFO. I'm here today again with my partner Brittney C, and I will let her talk about herself, and then we'll be diving into our topic for today.
Okay, I gotta get everybody rowdy and pumped up. So happy Friday, everyone. So I am Brittney C. I am the founder of Write the Vision Plainly LLC, where I position grant writers, nonprofits, and businesses to get that funding that they've been wanting, that they've been desiring and looking for in their first 1 to 3 years of inception, conception of where they start. Um, these are methods that I have done, proven methods that work. So I share that with all of you all today. But we do but we have something else that we want to talk to you guys about today, which is, and I'll let Nora tell you.
So we're gonna talk about one key skill you really need to master in order to run a successful nonprofit. Without this, you are not really gonna have a good nonprofit, a successful nonprofit. We're gonna tap into so many uh, sides of this skill, like because it's gonna go abroad a lot of things. But before we dive into that, I want to remind you that our upcoming first live event is going to be August 26th. It's going to be
Yes.
Saturday, and the tickets are available to get now. And grab your tickets before it's too late. I mean, it's not going to be too late, probably not this month, but it's going to go up as we get closer. The price is going to go up as we get closer to August 26th or August. So make sure you get that. And I put the link here on the screen, and you can actually get into that QR code behind Brittney. So you can see everything. So just want to remind you of that. So if you haven't already gotten there, like make sure you get it. Or if you have any question, we are here today. We can answer any question you have. But let's talk about the one skill, the one, or maybe I don't know if you can really call it a skill, but it's actually your mindset. If nothing is gonna work, nothing is gonna um, change for your nonprofit if you have the wrong mindset. Whatever in your brain or your heart when you're running your nonprofit, it's gonna translate into action. So if you are running your nonprofit fearing that you're not gonna have money, which is scarcity mindset. You want something for free, thinking actually you cannot do anything for your nonprofits with money. You always look for volunteer only. You always want something for free. We're nonprofit, we don't want to be. That's a scarcity mindset because initially or eventually or whatever it is, you are not going to have a successful nonprofit if you run and with scarcity mindset. You really need to have abundance mindset to carry you through your nonprofit journey. Because remember, again, I'm gonna say it again, you will you will have to run your nonprofit as a business. And being a business owner and talking about a lot of business owners, we all know, or we came to conclusion once in our, as we run our business, we know that when we are scared, we might not have clients, we might not have money. we're only feeding that mindset, and actually we are not able to get clients. Same thing for nonprofits. Whatever applies for running a business actually applies to run a nonprofit. But unfortunately, like a lot of nonprofit leaders, even if they are running a business and their business is successful, they cannot run a good, successful nonprofit because they think nonprofit is really different and they have to get everything for free. And that's not the case. If it was the case, you will see thousands of successful nonprofits, and our world will be like heaven. We'll be living on heaven right now.
Like
But
they
we,
would
we don't.
be they would be pouring in like billions with a B, trillions with the C or T, I'm sorry, zillions with the Z, buckets of money. If
Mhm.
that were the case, if it was like that easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy if you have the right mindset. You have to really invest in your nonprofit. You have to have the right mindset. You have to have a leadership mindset where you okay, not asking that question, not really. I wish I can do it. It's actually the right question is how can I do it? How can I get this fund from? Do I need to invest myself? Do I who should I talk to in order to get this funding? Even getting grants, even getting grants, like you will have to be a grant writer, right? You cannot, hopefully you already know, you cannot be in contingency fees. Like you cannot ask a grant writer to work for free. And then if you win the grant, you're going to pay her. This is not going to happen. So even like when you are ready, of course, to be the grant writer, I mean, to get, when you are grant ready and you're ready to write grants, you need to have funding for that. Where to get this money from in order to hire a grant writer? And then that's what I'm gonna turn it to Brittnei to talk to you more about that.
So that's true. If you did not know because maybe no one told you, you've been living under a rock, you just got back into society, it's true. You when you're not grant ready, you have to you struggle a lot when you're not grant ready, and a lot of a misconception of it is like the mindset is okay, I write this, I get funded now, and I'm living that life that I want to live, or those I'm setting those goals I want to set. That's only true if you follow the right steps. Now, like whenever it's down to the nitty gritty, like okay, when do I have to do this, the due dates, it can be overwhelming if it's something you're not used to. And changing your mindset about grant writing, think about it like this. For those of you um who are currently writing your own grants, it goes like this: are you mentally prepared for that? And if you're not, how do you mentally prepare for that? Because if you're going for the 5-minute grants to 5-minute grant applications rather to apply for, then it's 5 minutes. But if you're going for the bigger ones that require a little bit more work, then you do have to put that effort into it. If you're allergic to work, if you're afraid of working hard, if you're concerned that you might get injured in the process of thinking so much for research, one minute, in the process of research, then you're up a creek without a paddle. It does take work for you to write grants, as well as what it takes work to maintain it. What After you won the award, how are you keeping track of it? What have you done to say, yes, I got this award, and yes, I spent it to the T on everything that I needed. So how are you? It's not just about preparing yourself or changing your mindset to write it. It's also following through. Like now that you have it, what what now? What next? How are you going to follow through? And that's something that's missed and it's not talked about. It's something that's missed and it's not talked about all the time. But I'll pass it back to you, Nora.
Hey. Yes. Hello. How are you, Batman?
Say
Yes.
hi. She said,
Hi.
"How are you?"
Good.
Say hi to everyone. Everyone's watching
You're
you.
live, so say hi to everyone.
Hi.
What's your name?
There.
All right.
What's your
Good.
Brittney?
Yes.
All right. So
I'm
yes.
sorry, Nora. Go ahead.
Oh no, 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 it's fine. So yeah, this is really important, like to have the right mindset and to follow through, because if you're not consistent, you're gonna be giving up very soon. And we all know, like, you're not failing until you decide to fail. But also, if you want a different result, you have to take another route. So you cannot just do the same thing the same way every time and expecting a different result. You have to know exactly what you have to do. You have to pivot your way. You have to consult with professionals, whatever that you're doing for your nonprofit. um, like I said, like, you shouldn't expect everything for free, because most of the things is not going to be for free. Yes, you can get volunteers, but you shouldn't rely on volunteers for a lot of things. One of these things that you shouldn't actually rely on volunteers with is registering your nonprofit. Another thing is having your bookkeeping, or doing your 990, which is taxes. I've run through a lot of clients actually came to me, like, before, before they became clients, they have filed those 990s, and unfortunately, they're like, a couple of years later, they get those letters with penalties, and they were shocked, running, crying to me, saying, "We got this, and we are non-profit. We're not sure why we got this, and we did file our 990." Well, guess what? If you did not file a complete 990 and e-file it, that means electronically filed. If you're sending a paper by mail, it's not gonna be considered filed. If you are missing information, if you're missing schedules that you should be attaching to your 990, it's gonna get back to you as unfiled, and you will be penalized. It might not happen right after. It might take the IRS few years to get back to you and get you those bills, but you why go this route? Like, you, if you are running your nonprofit as a business with abundance mindset, with knowing exactly what you need to invest in, you're not going to get into through this struggles. If you actually go consult with a good grant writer who is qualified, licensed, like, she's honest with you, you're not gonna run through any of difficulty, just wasting time and money, and maybe time if you're just using volunteers, but trying to learn the process through you. So you're losing time. I mean, you can utilize sometimes volunteers, but have the main focus, with someone who is you're hiring, either consultant or a staff member. And there's a lot of actually things you have checklists, like, you have to go through to see, should you hire a consultant for this role, or should you hire a grant, a staff that you're gonna be. And be careful, like, you have to actually follow the rules. Once you want to hire a staff, you cannot put a staff member on a 1099 just to save on payroll taxes, or just avoid that extra work. You need to have professionals. You need to have someone who knows what they're doing. You cannot just have a board member who is an accountant, for example. Maybe she is a staff accountant, or even vice president of finance. It can be that in a company, and expect her to actually file your 990 and do your bookkeeping. She doesn't have time for that, and maybe she doesn't know either, because a lot of tax professionals, they don't know how to do 990, and they don't want to do them because they are a lot of work. It's more simple to file actually a company tax return than filing 990 for a nonprofit. It takes less.
Wow.
Yes. It takes less time. That's why a lot of accountants, they don't want to touch it. And not every accountant know how to do taxes. So just period. So this is just an example from the field I am in. I'm giving you an example. So you need to really know where to use a volunteer and where to use an accountant or a markets expert, or grant writer, or maybe something like I would recommend branding consultants. So because you have to have your brand, you cannot go spam people. You know, I know like for you it's not spamming, but imagine yourself getting a random message to asking you to donate from someone random that you don't see official nonprofit behind. You don't see something really tells you, okay, this is a real nonprofit, recognized and professional. They know what they're doing. So that's spamming. That's spamming to people. So make sure you get rid of this scarcity mindset and stop asking volunteers to work, to do essential work for your nonprofit. Volunteers, great for nonprofits, but not for everything.
Oh yeah, and I do want to say something about volunteer grant writers for your nonprofit. You can pay volunteers. They can be paid for their time if that's what you want to do, or if you rather give them like something for participating or taking them out to lunch. That's a form of payment. It just probably won't be the same as payroll, but it is a form of payment nonetheless. For if you are saying, okay, I maybe is not I'm not in a place where I can hire a consultant because maybe that's out of my budget for the time being. Because we all come from different walks of life, and no judgment, this is a safe space, but sometimes you really don't have the budget for a grant writer and you need a volunteer. So what do? You want to look for a qualified volunteer. You can ask them the same questions. Just because they're volunteering doesn't mean that all volunteers are scams, but a lot of them could be. Most of them could be, I'll say that, because I'll just say this as a quick story. Um a client of mine, we were talking and she told me how she was somewhat scammed from a grant because the lady was a or the person, they were a volunteer grant writer, but they wanted to be paid for their time. That's fine. They said this person says on their thing, so she takes it, she does this grant for my client. Everything she says, her success rate is 99%. Red flag. But when my client got the grant back, it was like so many errors, so many mistakes, so many different things wrong with it. And this person was, I believe they were volunteering or they were consulting, but either way, they were paid or compensated for their time, but they didn't do the work. They just liked the fancy success rate of 99%. But that's where a problem could be. Now, if this person, they are credible, they have sources to back them up, if they are 90 to 95% successful, or even if they're like 50% successful on their success rate, as long as they are able to let you know where they are and let you know what they can do for your nonprofit, you're good. You can, like I said, you can choose to pay them or let it be pro bono. But I would say if you're going the volunteer route, show appreciation to your volunteers, but make sure that even on the volunteer level, as a grant writer, grant consultant, they know their stuff. They know what to do. They know how to get funded. They know how to get more funds than not. I'll say that. I don't want to say guarantee because we can't really, as grant consultants, guarantee you a grant, but with our skill, with our know-how, with our talent in writing, yes, you can get funded. But yeah, for those grant writers, or for those people who are going under the guise of grant writers who are like scammers, that's one thing you want to look out for. If they say they can do this, put them to the test. If you don't let it, like, don't take their word for it. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't take their word for it. If they say that they can do this job, put them to the test. Give them some time to prove themselves, and you'll automatically know. Because if they, if what they're saying is true, then they'll show you the fruit to back it up. If not, then you'll know the difference.
Great, thank you. So, but one thing to be aware of, it's not, it's the time also where you go get grants,
That
because you
too.
cannot just get your determination letter, the 501(c)(3), the exempt status, and go look for grants. You're not going to get it. You're
That's
not going to
true.
get it. And if that grant writer knows what they're doing, they will let you know. They can help you probably get grants ready. Like Brittney does that too, right?
Yes, I do.
So, yeah. So she will know that you will be ready for grant. Yeah, you will have to get ready for grants, and she will know that you're not ready, so she doesn't waste your time with something that you're not going to get, even if it's volunteer. And let's face it, Brittney, like when they want volunteer, most likely they don't want to pay. That's why they're looking for a volunteer.
That is true. But you could still, there's still ways around it. You could still have a volunteer, but they're really good at what they do. So, I'm an advocate, somewhat advocate for for volunteers, but just like everything else in life, there's the good where volunteers are amazing, and there's the bad where it's just like, please don't trust them.
But another,
But
yeah, sorry. Yeah,
like you
but
said, not to trust them with the important things, or not to take that volunteer and make them your VA when you're probably not going to see them again. Things like that is like, I get it. As leaders, as bosses, we can get overwhelmed sometime, and we're just like, oh, take all the taxes, take all the accounts, take everything. Just please take it off my hands. But you do have to be smart in your decision making. You do. So that's where starting off at the right foundation comes into place, and you know working it yourself, or hiring those people that are on your team that have your same mindset. They want to work. They're not allergic to it. They want to they get your vision, they capture it and encapsulate what you want, and then go for it.
awesome. Yeah, and like when you have a good volunteer that's want to write a grant for you, she won't be able to commit for you, maybe like for a very short period of time. So you really have to have your consultants. You really
Yes,
have
that's
to be eventually, maybe, because what's the reason someone gonna volunteer for writing grants, right? They may be like there's some, or even anything. Maybe they want to get some more experience. Maybe okay, they love your cause and they want to help you, and they already experience with whatever that they're doing, not only grant writing, anything. But they're not going to be able to commit 100% or for a long period of time regardless, so you do not
mhm.
have to rely on volunteer. So volunteer is a great extra support, but you have to have someone in-house getting all these important documentation, so you won't lose everything when that volunteer is going away or never show up again or whatever happens. You
Right.
need to have your assets inside the organization, and if you do not have a team member manage facilitate this things, because you cannot manage consultants, because they don't work for you. But even volunteers, they are really volunteering for you. So but manage the work like in term of like having that in your property, like having that in your system, so you don't reinvent the wheels. And when you need anything, you're getting audited or anything, you have this information and you don't have to face people around. So if you do not have the capacity to manage and work with these people, um, then you shouldn't. So first thing, you want to make sure you are really going into the right direction and have the right people in place. And at least I would say the first person to hire for your nonprofit, if you are new, is your assistant, even if you're busy and you cannot really focus full time on your nonprofit. And if you are already established nonprofit, then make sure you are having the right structure in your organization, and have that someone responsible to manage volunteers, to manage SOPs, which is standard operation procedures and everything. So you have, and all of that, like investing money, you have to invest money to stay in compliance in the first place. We all know, like, if you already went through registration for your nonprofit, it's not as easy as registering the business. It's more complex. You have to get so many things ready, and you have to be able to take the risk. It's a lot of risk.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah, I guess this is what we don't want to like. Oh, here I see someone commenting. Oh, that's you.
Oh yeah, I just put the link in the chat again for
Okay.
the available money now mastermind. So I think it's time that we talk about it.
Oh, okay, okay. So let's actually, yeah.
Because you know we could talk forever, and I mean forever, on mindset change and like what's uh when to do volunteers for your nonprofit, for your
Mhm.
grant writing, for your business. Like we could talk about it all day, but you know. To put
Yeah.
a pin in it, we'll revisit that another day. Maybe we'll see. But right now I have behind me my I have the flyer for available money now mastermind with our QR code. So this is taking place on August 26th. We are going to be in person, and so this one is going to be a 5-hour workshop. You get to hang out with me and Nora, and we get to talk to you about the very thing that we love. And this is designed for people who are not afraid or allergic to work. I know. We want to work with you in your nonprofit, in your business, as grant writers. And if you're like, hey, Brittnei, Nora, what about the rest of us who are not in that category? It's for you as well. Individuals, teachers, philanthropists, nonprofit leaders, or if you're none of the above, it's for those people that you're connected with, in connection with. You know, someone who's like, I've been thinking about starting a nonprofit. I've been thinking about getting donors, but I really don't know the process. I've been thinking about going after grant funding for my business, for my nonprofit. You know, and I don't want to do that. Yes, you very should do that. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. And in this mastermind, we take you by the hand. We walk you through step by step on each component on what we do and how we do it. So this is from our experience, so we know what works. And you get a chance to implement it. We're gonna take away the confusion. We're gonna also take away the limiting beliefs. We're going to take away the excuses. We're going to take it all away. That's something we're going to do. But we also, we also need from you, like, it's a mastermind. We're going to work. We're going to work together to get to our end result, our end goal.
Awesome. Yeah, I guys, we can't wait to see you there. So make sure you purchase your ticket today. We're gonna talk about, in addition to grant writings and how to, Brittney's gonna take care of that.
That's
So
me.
I'm gonna walk you through your mindset to running your nonprofit. Like, what do you need to do to really get your 70% of income? 70% is where you get your funding for your nonprofit is from individual donors. You're gonna I'm gonna walk you through what you need to do in order to set your organization to success. So I'm gonna put you to work. We're gonna have workbooks from both of us, so two different ones, and you're gonna have to work all day. So, and you get to ask us questions. You get like to have group sessions, like where you guys work together, interact, like have ideas. We're gonna get so much done on that Saturday. So make sure you actually get your ticket now before it goes up on, it's now like 497, so it's very doable. It's really um, a great opportunity for you to work, whether like like Brittnei said, if you are a nonprofit leader thinking to get nonprofit, want to do consulting for nonprofits, want to do grant writing, because even when you are a grant writer, it's really beneficial to know all side of it, not only grant writing, to how
Yes.
nonprofits works, and so you can help your nonprofits on just get them the right information and and you understand yourself how do they operate, and you can actually get your ticket now, even if you don't have the budget in your nonprofits for that, which I hope you do, because I mean it's only 497. Like, if your nonprofit doesn't have that, then you really have to be in that mastermind, because you really need it more than any other person, and you can donate that money, you can get someone to sponsor you. And I just got an idea for you. So if you for some reason don't have that money, or maybe you have that money in your organization but already budgeted somewhere else and you do not want to spend it in education, which you should have a budget for education and development, so then you can get a business to sponsor you, for example. Like, we all business owner, we love to have our name out there. We want opportunities to be out there for people to know us. So you can offer actually to make an advertisement. So if hopefully you have a website, or maybe on your social media, or maybe like, well, I don't know, discover a way to actually promote that business to your audience, so you can actually get the sponsorship, give them a shout out and a tax receipt. So that's going to be beneficial for businesses, so you can get that funding this way. So a lot of creative way to do funding, and remember, how can I make it, not I wish I can make it. That's one
Or,
that you
you
want
know,
to.
that's a good idea. If only I had it. No, what are you going to put into place to get it? And 497 is our introductory or early bird special price. As we get closer and closer to August 26th, the price will increase. So go ahead and take advantage of this early bird special. So one way, like Nora said, was to get business sponsorships, partnerships. And another way is through financing. There is financing available whenever you scan the QR code here. There is financing available. And Nora, can you walk them through how the financing works?
So you can get through the QR code, or you can go to the Facebook event, and when you say tickets, you can click there and you get to the same thing. So you can get to it two different ways. So once you click there, it's going to take you to a page. One, pay now, and the other one is, it's going to be on the right. There's a tab says pay later, and you just click pay later, and it's going to ask you a few questions. It takes less than 2 minutes to just apply, and they will let you know right away, and they might give you 3 months, 6 months to actually pay it, so you don't have to worry about it. So make sure you actually do that now, because also, if you were here last week, you already know that we have a special bonuses for the first 3 registered for the events. And we can't wait to see you live. So make sure you get your ticket now. And if you are not someone who's interested and you think this is not for you, then go ahead and share it with someone you know, because I know all of us knows people in nonprofits. Almost every
You
person want to have nonprofits. So, so
That is
you
true.
know.
That is true. We either are a nonprofit leader, we know someone who's thinking about becoming a nonprofit leader, we know someone who has been complaining to us about their dream of becoming a nonprofit leader or a grant consultant, a nonprofit consultant. So if it's not you, you have a friend or family member, a dog, cat, or someone that you know that is interested, someone that wants it. So share the what we're sharing it with you. Go ahead and share it with them. We're not like stingy people, like, no, this mastermind is for me, it's mine. But we're sharing this information with you. Please share it with others, you know like our content. See what it is that me and Nora do. See what we've been doing. And you'll say, okay, yeah, I'm in. I'm definitely in.
Awesome. Awesome. So we can't wait to see you guys. But before we actually end, I want to actually share something because one of my friends, I don't know if you guys like have been following me for a while. You know that I have became international bestseller um, this year, and I'm so excited about because I came with other 12 tax professionals, tax attorney, and we published a book. And one of the co-author just released her book, solo book, and I want actually to share that information. She's actually revealing that this Tuesday, I think. One second, I'm gonna post that thing because I want to make sure you guys see that it's really unique. Okay, I'm gonna see the link. She's Chain the Negotiator. She has it on June 6th. I think that's Tuesday, right? Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And this is the link here. So I'm gonna give shout out to Shane. Congratulations, and I'm really excited for her. So make sure you go attend that party online and support her. It's really, I think, what she has to say is really can really resonate with a lot of people and can be really beneficial for a lot of you guys. So check it out. This is the link, bit.ly/book launch 23, and make sure the B for the book is capital. And you can attend her virtual events on June 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Just wanted to end up with that, and don't forget to support her and also get your ticket. Get your ticket today so you can get the special bonus that we have for you guys. With that, we're gonna end, and I will say happy Friday, happy weekend, and we'll see you later.
All right,
Bye.
guys. Until next time. And I did post the link in the chat for Shane's event. So, guys, go ahead, check it out, and support her. And the last thing I will say is I've been on live before with actually Nora. I watched a live, sorry, with Nora and Shane the negotiator. Yes. Just yes. Everything she said, absolutely. So if you need a reason to attend Shane the Negotiator event, that's the reason. Everything she said was fire. Please attend.
Yes, awesome. Thank you so much. And I'll be attending. Brittney is going to be there, and we hope to see you there to support Shane. And we hope to see you at our event on August 2026, and it's going to be in Houston. Get your ticket today, and I'll see you later.
See you later. Enjoy your Friday.